The road to the Yampil Zoo runs through dozens of houses burned by the Russian occupiers. What you see on the territory of the zoo is shocking. Everywhere the belongings of the invaders and the animal remains is scattered everywhere. Animal rights activists suspect that some of the pets were killed by Russian soldiers in order to eat them.
Мы не знаем точно, что это было.
We don't know exactly what it was. It was a cloven hoofed, but it was either an antelope or a fallow deer. It's just taken apart here. It can be seen from it that they simply removed the skin and naturally they ate it. The local residents say that the Russians even killed a kangaroo and wanted to taste it. Well, they ate it or didn't eat it, we don't know exactly, but that's why they killed the kangaroo for the sake of it.
И на территории лесхоза есть
On the territory of the forest industry, there is a skin taken off and nearby gnawed bones of alpacas. Alpacas lived here and were very tame, such beautiful animals.
In one of the cages, animal rights activists found another remains covered with lime.
Они застрелили и съели.
They shot and ate, and they covered it with lime just so that it would not decompose and there wouldn't be a smell. They cover the corpses like that, they also cover the head.
А в этом помещении жили.
Russian servicemen lived in this building when Yampil was under occupation. Look what they left behind.
Before Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in the zoo in Yampil, which was privately owned, more than 50 animals of various species lived. Wolves, bears, raccoons, porcupine, nutria, and larger ones, ungulates, llamas, deers and horses. Families with children have come here to relax. The animals were very tame and loved people. Animal rights activists are convinced that the animals could have been saved. After all, the village where the zoo was located was occupied only at the end of April.
Почему вывезли?
Why they took away equipment worth 15 million hryvnias, and they publicly said this information is in the media. Why animals were not taken out, why the equipment turned out to be more valuable than their lives, I don't understand.
Yampil was under occupation for 5 months. There was no one to take care of the pets. Many died right in the cages, which were closed all that time.
Це ми відкривали.
It was we who opened these cages. When we arrived, the cages were closed, and these animals starved to death. Nobody fed them. The occupiers ate everything, and I don't think they'd let them die. I think they died at the stage when the Russians came here, because they ate everything. They wouldn't keep corpses. For some period of time the animals were left closed. Then, I don't know for sure, but I think it was a gray area. The occupiers have come here for some time, then some of the animals have already died.
A small part of the animals fled into the forest. Locals joke that they used to go to the zoo to look at exotic animals, and then everything became the other way around.
When heavy shelling began, ostriches ran around our gardens, bison walked, a deer followed him around the gardens. They were friends together. The deer is so horned, beautiful. Well, when a bison passes through the garden, he will get stuck there knee-deep. It's a pity, of course, an exotic animal. It is enlisted in the Red Book.
Most recently, 2 feral and very thin horses returned to the territory of the Yampil Zoo. They do not allow anyone to pet them. They immediately try to bite, and the Yampil people caught nutria for the volunteers. All the surviving animals were taken by a team of animal rights activists for treatment and rehabilitation to the Dnipropetrovsk region. This is the new residence of the rescued animals. Acquaintances temporarily provided animal rights activists with their land in the Dnipropetrovsk region. On the bank of the river, animals from Yampil are fed and cared for. They freely walk around the territory and undergo rehabilitation after the experience. In total, about 2 dozen animals were taken out.
Мы ездили несколько раз, то есть мы вывозили животных.
We went several times, that is, we took out animals in several visits. On the first day we were able to take away only a donkey, and there was still a cat on the territory. The shelling began very heavily and we did not take risks, because our car attracted attention, that is, we were apparently tracked down. And we did not doom ourselves and the animals to danger, we took away only one animal, donkey. Then we went a few more times. We took out a total of 4 donkeys, 1 llama, a goat, and then another goat injured by shrapnel. We have 8 pigs, 2 adult mothers and 6 babies. We saved the nutrias. This is a completely different story, because they attached themselves to the village, to the barn. We already took away the dog from there.
Козел Мефодий.
God Methodius is a kind of caretaker in the Yampil zoo. The animal is very sociable. Volunteers took it away and said that it is very curious. It kisses everyone, pets, enters the house and look at what is happening here.
Now the animals are free range and everyone can come to them. You can even feed your pets.
Это единицы, они чудом выжили.
These guys miraculously survived. We generally exclude the word zoo completely. That is, it will not be a zoo. We will do everything so that they finally find peace and just live, enjoy some kind of life that they have left. We want people to come here. These animals are contact. They're very kind and they even need a person more than others. So they gathered in one pack. They already have one company. They are already friends. They don't want to come into contact with other animals, but they really want to be friends with people.
Volunteers have already begun to equip the new territory. Electricity, water and stables are being built. Among the plans is making the open-air cages for pigs, nutrias and dogs. Now the team of animal rights activists is looking for sources of funding and appeals to all those who are not indifferent for help, because in the future they want to create a rehabilitation center for animals affected by the war and a veterinary clinic on this base. And our time plans include a rehabilitation center with the help of animals, but already people. Reported by Roman Smoller, Anastasia Volkova, UATV News.